George Marlin's email.
Yeah,
I think I did.
So.
You told me to do it like yesterday.
Yeah,
Here, let me set this up real quick, okay? Let me just get
sure.
this going, and then I think I did.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the email that had the amounts that each jurisdiction stands to get back. And then it lists the towns and the percentage contribution and then the amount, all that stuff. I think I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
It has an Excel spreadsheet and it has a pretty long email from George. So,
Okay, all I have is like this one page. So let me look for the explanation email part of it.
well, it was at his email was from 3:40 on Thursday, July 30th.
Okay, July 30th.
And then I sent it to you on Tuesday, 1:28 p.m.
Tuesday was the 4th. Okay,
August 4th.
I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I could share my screen to show it too, so.
Okay, that'll be good for backup. I'm just trying to, I'm on the laptop, so it looks a little bit different. Let me,
Sure.
the email, let me, okay, I see your email now. And you said include this with the agenda. I think I just didn't include the body of his email, but, and I'm sorry, but I did
Oh.
send them his spreadsheet. I just didn't include the, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So I've got that pulled up.
Kent, do you want me to communicate the results of the meeting to George, or are you gonna plan to do that?
You're more than welcome to if you'd like to. That'd be fine.
I can do that. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Cool. I've moved.
To,
I'm living in the Snitzer building
oh, okay.
because Barb's renting it and
Okay.
Austin's here and he's quarantining.
I see.
So
Good.
I just get shoved around.
I'm glad there was some place for you to go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that the rumors are flying. Oh, no, it's great. She's not here.
Mm. Mm. What are you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Hi there, Tim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
look at that. Rob Connell has been turned into a cat. Better be careful what you do around here, your fairy godmother. Bing.
For sure.
Cat has more hair than Rob.
Oh, there he is.
Cat's probably smarter.
Oh. 2, 3. Hey, Keith, you wanna, before we get started, you wanna see if we can't
Sure.
schedule something with John?
What?
What we were talking about yesterday about maybe scheduling a
Yeah,
meeting with John?
yeah, I was gonna call John
Not
last
here.
night,
Oh,
but I did not call John because Norma had me doing other things. But we should definitely schedule, is John on yet? No.
no, so that's my bad. I'm sorry. I was looking at Tim and I thought it was John, you know, they all look the same.
Well, Tim looked like a cat a minute ago.
That was
That
Rob.
was Rob.
Oh, you're right.
Tim always looks like a phone.
Maybe we better all introduce ourselves to each other.
I want you to know I wore a nice shirt tonight.
Me too.
You look
Dirty,
stiff,
a little
I
dirty.
care.
very businesslike.
These are new
It's a
suspended.
golf shirt. Come on.
All right, very golf-like.
Yeah, right. More like that.
I gave my clubs away.
Are we expecting the other two?
I never heard back from John.
Okay,
Paul, I did.
okay. We'll wait. We got a couple minutes, but
Not
if,
according to the bell.
it depends on what clock you look at.
My computer says 4:58.
Me too.
That is correct, sir.
So does mine. So
We all concur.
we do have a quorum if we need to just go ahead and do this. So
I do not have a flag at home, Lynette, so.
we'll just dispense. This is going to be very quick.
I'm at Barb's. I don't see a flag.
I've got the other points to cover, so we'll be good.
And I can share my screen to show the email if need be. So.
Are you hosting it, or does Jennifer need to do the share screen?
I don't know. It worked this morning when I shared screen with the.
Okay, so many meetings, you have to actually be the host in order to share screen, so,
Yeah, I begged. Jennifer said yes, so yeah.
okay.
It's actually just a click of a button to let the panelists be able to share.
Okay,
You just have to have it set. Hopefully I do. If not, I can share it.
yeah.
Is that a different email other than the one that we got last week?
It's the same
Same
one.
one, okay. Good. The suspense is killing me.
One more minute. I'm going to sneeze.
Hey, Keith, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Platelets are holding in. They're low, but I don't have to do steroids. So I'm good.
He
You
was
know what
out
happens?
partying last night.
You know what happens when you do steroids, dude? You get all big, you start getting angry, break out in acne.
My stomach expand. I gained 28 pounds on steroids.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, my stomach felt like it was in the next room.
I'm gonna go ahead. It's 5 o'clock and we all need to get on our way. So I'm going to call the special meeting of the Georgetown Board of Selectmen for August 5th, 2020 to order. And roll call. I am here. I am Lynette Kelsey, police judge. Rob Connell,
Here.
Keith Holmes,
Here,
John Jennings and Paul Hingen are not here. Mary Smith
Here,
and Tim Allen.
Here.
All right, we have just the one item on our agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda, or do we need to amend it for something else?
I'll
make
make
a
the motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda with just the one item. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? I don't think so. Wonderful. So what is before us tonight is just a question from the county. They are running low on things for the census coordinator to do, and we still have some funds left in the pool that everybody contributed to cover her salary and some other census activities. So their request was, is it all right if the remaining funds get repurposed for having her work on recovery efforts, which she also has skills and background in. As you saw in, I think you have to open the, yeah, and maybe open the attachment there. As you saw, there isn't all that much left in the funding that we contributed. So I personally was in favor of saying yes, no problem, but I felt because it was Georgetown funds that we needed to bring it to the whole board. So I would open it up. Keith or Kent, did you have anything to add?
No.
Okay. So did anybody have any questions about the request?
how much is left of our funds?
According to the Excel chart or whatever, the table that they sent, we contributed 2,500 and there is 11% of that left, which is a whopping $680.85.
Well, it is Georgetown money.
I realize that, but the recovery effort will benefit Georgetown.
It's my understanding that the county will receive reimbursement after these COVID recovery funds are made, that they received several $100,000 grant. I'm not sure if it's a grant, but it's not paid up front, that it's a reimbursement. So even though it's only $600, we're going to be tight for money too. And if in fact they do get reimbursed, would we get reimbursed? That would be my question.
Okay, I can certainly ask. I don't know. Out of these funds, I don't really know. So is it all right if I just pose it as a question that if the funds that are used for
If they get reimbursed, we would expect to be reimbursed.
right.
And then I just have one other comment.
Sure.
If they continued with or a question, I guess, if they continued with applying these funds to the census, and again, I realize we're only talking about $600, but if we were to count one or two more people, if the county were to count one or two more people, that would be a bigger return than the $600 that we're giving them. And so should those funds not continue to be applied to the census process in the hopes that over the next 10 years, we get far more bang for our buck than just the $600 that we're applying to the recovery? That would be my other question slash comment slash opinion.
And
And I,
definitely a valid question. Go ahead, Rob.
well, I was just wondering, the more people that answer that census, the more opportunity we have for funds, or the more funds we receive. And, if that's the bottom line, I know it's only $600, shy of $700, but, would the money be best invested in the efforts that, in getting everybody counted?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Kent, but these funds were to go to the census coordinator, and it wasn't going to be her job to join in the door-to-door. She is just coordinating and so her tasks are backing off because it's now turned towards door-to-door, and that's funded differently.
That's directly
Okay,
through,
I misunderstood.
It's
that's
okay.
directly through census people. And the census coordinator really is actually prohibited from participating in that part of it.
Got it.
So,
So
So, Lynette,
does that answer your concern, Mary?
Well, so then just to clarify, so the census continues until X date
Uh-huh.
despite of whether she's overseeing the process, because she's also been hired on now as the recovery coordinator. So is she no longer overseeing any of the census? Or is it a
Actually-
part-time split time?
there's a different person who's recovery coordinator, name of Alyssa. Ula, what the county wants to do is have Ula assist Alyssa in their business recovery efforts. So that's what they're trying to maneuver funds to, is allow her to do that.
But so she's not splitting her time then anymore. She's strictly the assistant to the recovery coordinator?
Yeah, the census, I don't know exactly, and that may be asked tomorrow. Her time is diminishing as census coordinator. It was expected to stop around this time frame. Because of COVID, it's obviously the census has kind of been extended. It was supposed to really be done by the end of July. But my understanding is that the census coordinator, her role is diminishing, and I think it has to be done by a certain date. They will continue the door knocking efforts and other ways to gather information for the census. But that's with direct people that are employed by the federal government, not by the county. So it's kind of a shifting of roles. The census coordinator was trying to encourage people to participate through a number of events in the county. But now that it's changing over to the role where you're getting the knock on your door, or other ways to try to get you to participate. The county designated person is not, I don't know the end date. I'd have to ask that from the county. What is the actual end date for when they can participate?
One other comment I would have was, as I understood it from what George said, the tasks that ULA still has as part of the census effort have diminished enough that it's like less than, even a couple of days a week. And it was my understanding that she would take on the recovery effort duties to assist the recovery coordinator to fill in, to give her a full 40 hours a week and fulfill whatever census duties she still might have until her end date. And so this is just, the remaining funds are kind of like today's snapshot, rather than maybe the total end. So does that make sense?
Are we funding the recovery at large, or are we funding a specific person or task, or, I mean, how's our $600 going to be applied? General fund, General Recovery Act?
I don't know specifics on that, but what they're giving the recovery coordinator, who is Alyssa, to do is she's going to need help. So, and when our money runs out, it's not like we will be asked, as far as I know, I don't think we'll be asked to contribute more directly into the county to fund ULA. I think whatever the county needs ULA to do to assist Alyssa, it'll be covered by the county.
So Lynette, I got a question. I got
Yes.
a couple questions, actually.
Okay.
So is there enough of the recovery support work for her to do? I mean, does Alyssa really need that much help?
Yes.
We do know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah.
And after the 680 is expended on EULA helping with the recovery coordinator, are they going to be asking us for more money to help pay for EULA?
Not that I'm aware of. And if they decide to ask, they'll have to propose it to the board. So, welcome, Paul. You're catching us already discussing. So,
Right.
did you have any questions about the proposal?
I could not find an attachment.
Okay. Kent's gonna screen share again.
Yeah, I saw like the first half of that.
Okay.
Doesn't Paul look like the shadow?
So to summarize, basically the funds that they still have remaining that Georgetown contributed amount to about $680 and some
I see
change.
that.
So what they're asking is it all right for them to use the remaining funds that were not used or will not be used for the census coordinator's census duties to cover having her shift her efforts towards economic recovery?
So we're talking about $680.
That is what Georgetown, what is left of what Georgetown contributed. The 2,500 further to the left is what we
What it put in.
contributed, yes. And the 680.85 is what's left of ours.
But if you look down on the spreadsheet to the repurposing census coordinator,
Mhm.
the weekly cost for EULA would be $1,000 for a wage cost, but they're 6.4 a week, so that's the whole $604 or $6,400 that they need for her salary.
Okay, so
As it looks.
I
If
would
she's-
have to go by that and
There's
say,
a need
well,
for her to help. Why not? I say go for it. I mean, I can't see any reason why not.
okay,
Well, except that's another big expenditure for us if we have to help pay that.
All we're paying,
But we're-
we've already paid in. It's like, there's $680 left over. And so what we were doing is okay, do we want to keep that or do we want to get that back? Or do we want to use it towards ULA, towards ULA so she can help Ashley? Sorry,
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
I understand that, but there's a difference between the 6,400 and the 680 of, I don't know, 5,000 and
We're
something
not
dollars.
being, okay, we're
But
not,
everybody else gave in.
we're not being asked to contribute more. We're being asked to approve repurposing the money that we said we would contribute and already have towards census efforts of the census coordinator. And now if her duties get shifted to economic recovery, and we have $680.85 left in that pool of funds, is it all right to have it go towards recovery instead of census? That's what's being asked.
Do we know what the other communities have?
That's right in the line.
No. Do we know what their decision has been?
As
Have
far
they-
as I know, Empire and Silver Plume were fine with having it be repurposed. Idaho Springs was not so certain. And the others were, the Idaho Springs is the only one that I know of that wasn't certain about approving it to be repurposed.
But all the others did.
All the
say
others
they-
were, yes,
And
Okay.
obviously the county is repurposing theirs.
yes.
I'd like to see us on the reimbursement. When they get reimbursed, I'd like to see our $600 come back.
Okay. I will add that to our communications with the county.
And I agree with Mary.
Okay,
I agree with Mary as well.
it's certainly definitely a valid request.
And
Any other questions or comments?
What was
think I'd
Mary's
be-
comment?
I think I'd be in favor of getting our money back and using it locally. Yeah, there's probably a business or two that could use $680 or some portion thereof.
So Keith, just to answer some of your concerns, we are currently, Kent and I have been participating in a CARES Act funding group that has been putting together an application form and logistics on how to administer that. There is a first round of business assistance funding that can be applied for. The first round is 315,000, and to be awarded in amounts somewhere between 5,000 and 20,000, which according to a survey that was sent out, is what the businesses that responded to the survey said. There were probably, wasn't it? It was about 35 or 40%, 35% maybe of the businesses that responded said anywhere from 5 to 10,000, and the others said 10,000 to 20,000. So if we capture it from 5,000 to 20,000, we've hopefully responded to the majority of the needs. And so the recovery coordinators going to be playing a large role in receiving those applications from the businesses. They're going to be responsible for sending out the applications to the businesses. They've got all the businesses that are eligible from Georgetown. They've got a list of those. It'll be mailed out. So this is why the recovery position at the county is going to need some assistance to push that out. We want to get the applications back before the end of, it was like before the end of August, so that the grants could be awarded before the end of September. Then there will be another round of grants from the remaining funds that the counties got in reserve. This is all coming through DOLA. So just to make sure that you understand, there is an effort already in play and working towards getting assistance to businesses. Does
Okay.
that, okay. And $680 is better spent in making sure that they've got enough help to get it out and collect all of these applications and get the applications tabulated, and the applications are going to be reviewed by folks at CCEDC, their loan committee, and so it'll go to a good cause.
Okay,
Getting
I'll
it.
buy that.
Okay. So Paul, did you get in, are your concerns answered? Did you get clear on?
I think supporting the county and those funding and grants will also support Georgetown. So I'm saying let them have it.
Okay. All right. So did anybody have more concerns or questions about the request? Would anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make it. I move that we allow the county to repurpose the census funds, the remaining balance of our census funds, to be used for COVID recovery within Clear Creek County, with the stipulation that when they receive reimbursement from the state and our federal government, that our money is returned to the town of Georgetown.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the repurposing of the funds with the stipulation that if it is reimbursed from federal or state reimbursement funds, that our remaining funds get reimbursed back to us. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Does anybody have anything else? Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Did you need to have a rep go to the meeting tomorrow or something like that? Or has that already been?
I was going to send an email to George Marlin to tell
Okay,
him what
gotcha.
the board came up with.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay, no problem. Glad you're covering things.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you so much for you coming together. I appreciate it. Thanks very
Have a
much.
nice night, everybody.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.